Do you honestly think that if Nigel Farage was in number 10, he'd be putting migrants up in hotels? Do you think that he'd be cutting beds in the NHS? Do you think he'd have cut the winter fuel allowance for pensioners? I don't. Do you think he'd have created that tax on small farms and small businesses, the inheritance tax? Do you think he'd have brought a law in like Theresa May's to tax electric vehicle manufacturers for not making enough electric cars? Do you think he'd have brought net zero into law like Theresa May did? Do you think he would have stifled the much needed information about the Southport attack as it happened, which created unrest and anger to build up? Do you think he'd have done that? Do you think he'd have signed up to PESCO? Do you think he would sign up to the WHO pandemic treaty? I don't think so. Do you think he would have signed the Paris Accord? Or do you think he'd be more like President Trump and pull away from all these non-government organisations? I only have to look at the things that wouldn't have happened to us if we'd had someone more like him in charge. So the setup of the actual political party is beyond me. I'm more interested in the setup of the country, the setup of the government and parliament, because it simply isn't working. And that's why reform gets my support. I'm not even a member of any political parties, but it will certainly get my support. And I'm going to leave the nitpicking to the multimillionaires that are putting their money where their mouth is in backing reform. And not to forget the Electoral Commission, one of Tony Blair's quangos, which I'm sure will be all over Nigel Farage's case if he puts 1 foot out of line. That's what they're there for, to stifle the growing of smaller parties. So it's not one of my problems how reform is set up. And as far as the that lot comment, I filed that under the letter S for stupid, because that's where it belongs, and guess what? I'm over it.